Hey everyone, my name is Mason, and welcome to Mason Zero MTG. Today, we're talking Unstable and Cube. Unstable has been out for a little while, and it's been crazy. There's melding cards, dice rolling, card throwing, and other ridiculous things. But not every mechanic has to be wacky. These sets are a proving grounds for potential black-bordered cards for future sets. In today's video, we'll talk about some of the interesting cards that can add a little silver-bordered fun to your cube without breaking it. Hammer Helper is better than its inspiration, Traitorous Instinct, 2/3 of the time. It's a familiar threat and effect with dice rolling tacked onto it. While normal Magic doesn't feature dice rolling, it's probably the tamest of all the unmechanics. Hammer Helper won't be breaking any cubes, and it's a great option if you like effects that steal creatures, since it's a nice upgrade to some other options out there. With Inhumane ACK, we see another dice rolling card. This one has the added benefit of working with +1/+1 counters. Counters are a common theme, and this creature can potentially get huge, but it comes with the downside of potentially losing it all. It keeps the card interesting and balanced, and can be very synergistic. Free +1/+1 counters on most turns is nothing to scoff at. This one is really dependent on what else is in your cube. Do-it-yourself Seraph can gain the text box of other artifacts in your deck when it attacks. This may seem overpowered, but it should be noted that it can only do this once each time it attacks, and if it dies, it won't matter. Also, the artifact is exiled, so you'll never be able to cast the original anyways. Making the Seraph into a Black Lotus or a Soul Ring makes this creature worse, honestly, unless you manage to give it Vigilance. Turning it into an equipment also reduces its usefulness, but could be a good move. Looking at the most popular artifacts on Cube Tutor, the only one that seems particularly useful is something like Wormcoil Engine. The most broken this can be is essentially tutoring for a mana rock. Super Duper Death Ray is a burn spell with Trample. This is more like great and interesting design than it is broken. You can kill their mana dork and use the excess. It makes your expensive removal seem much more efficient. This would be a great replacement for your most boring burn spell, and this isn't going to ruin anyone's cube experience because it's perfectly fair and interesting. If anything, it's more like a modal spell. Earl of Squirrel is a bomb, but it's a 6-mana bomb. Its cost is the main reason that it's fair and won't break cubes, but once it hits the battlefield, it must be taken care of. This card will pump out and pump up tokens like crazy, but it doesn't do anything a normal Magic card couldn't. Just replace the squirrel link with its reminder text, and it could be a believable black-bordered card. This is an extremely powerful creature, but perfectly fair for its mana cost. After all, this is competing with other green bombs like Avenger of Zendikar and Primeval Titan that also need an answer just as quickly. I hope you enjoyed this video on unstable cards that are safe for Cube. There are many more that can make the cut and many more that did not make the cut. Mechanics like dice rolling seem perfectly fair for Cube, but others like the melding creatures seem a little more difficult to pull off. Let me know in the comments below what unstable cards you're putting into your cube and why, and if you disagree with any of my choices. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. If you like Cube, definitely check out my last video, where I filmed my friends and I drafting and playing my cube. Milo, the cube god himself, liked it, so you probably will too. See you there!